In a small town nestled among the lush hills of Jamaica, there existed a street known only to a few as Norman Drive. The locals rarely spoke of it, whispering tales of enchantment among themselves. It was said that the street appeared under the full moon, glistening like the finest gold, and that the cars that traveled upon it shimmered in a brilliant metallic hue. Vivienne, a free-spirited girl of 16, was intrigued by the stories she'd heard around the neighborhood. Her grandmother had recounted the legend of Norman Drive many times. "It's a magical place, my dear," she would say with sparkles in her eyes, "where the cars are not just machines but enchanted steeds that carry their travelers on adventures beyond imagination." One balmy evening, driven by curiosity and a yearning for adventure, Vivienne decided to embark on a quest to find this elusive street. The moon was bright and full, casting an ethereal glow over her small town as she made her way to the edge of the village. Guided by the whispers of the wind and the promise of adventure, she followed a narrow path lined with towering palm trees. As she walked, she felt a tingle of excitement in the air. Something magical was about to unfold. After what seemed like an eternity, she spotted a shimmering outline in the distance. As she got closer, the street revealed itself before her, Norman Drive, twinkling and radiant, like a ribbon made of pure gold under the moonlight. Vivienne couldn't believe her eyes. The street stretched endlessly, flanked by majestic shimmering houses draped in flowering vines and illuminated by lanterns that flickered like fireflies. The cars driving down Norman Drive were unlike anything she had ever seen. Each vehicle glistened with a golden sheen, every curve and detail reflecting the moon's light and creating a dazzling spectacle. Her heart raced with anticipation as she stepped onto the street. Just then, a sleek convertible, a stunning car that looked as if it belonged in a fairy tale, slowly approached. The driver, a young man with a familiar face and a charming smile, waved her over. "Want to join a ride?" he called out, his voice warm and inviting. Without a second thought, Vivienne hopped into the passenger seat. "I'm Jake," he said, his eyes sparkling with the same magic that surrounded them. "Welcome to Norman Drive. You have to experience it firsthand." As they drove down the street, Vivienne felt the enchantment envelop her. The world outside transformed into a vibrant blur of colors, the golden sheen of the car merging with the shimmering lights of the houses. They zoomed past, witnessing mesmerizing sights, dancing lights that floated in the air, trees that swayed harmoniously to an unseen melody, and streets shimmering like waves. "Every car here has its own soul," Jake explained as they navigated the captivating street. "They're connected to the dreams of the people who drive them. Each journey we take reflects our hopes and desires." Vivienne couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of freedom and joy. The wind whipped through her hair, the laughter between her and Jake ringing out like sweet music. They shared stories, dreams, and secrets as they soared down Norman Drive, each turn revealing new wonders, the vibrancy of life illuminated by the golden glow. As the night wore on, Vivienne understood that this street was not merely a place but a portal to possibilities. Every gleaming car they passed carried its own magic, a vehicle for adventures waiting to be seized. She felt a deep connection to this fantastical place, a land where dreams danced freely. Eventually, as dawn broke and the first rays of sunlight painted the sky in soft pastels, they arrived at the end of Norman Drive. The magic was still alive in the air, but it was time for Vivienne to return home. Jake turned to her, a hint of sadness in his eyes. "Whenever you need a reminder of your dreams, just think of Norman Drive. It will always be here, waiting for you." Vivienne smiled, her heart brimming with gratitude. As she stepped out of the car, she watched the golden vehicle fade into the distance, a shimmering memory against the brightening sky. She returned home, transformed by the magic of the night, her spirit ignited with newfound dreams. From that day on, Vivienne knew that no matter where life took her, the lessons of Norman Drive would guide her. And every full moon, she would look to the horizon, ready for another adventure on the golden street of dreams.